Alright, while the other camera is charging, I'm going to try out the Nexus 7 here and see how well that does. I haven't even played with the video option of it. This is the front-facing camera. I guess that's what they call it, toward me. And I've been cooking in the kitchen. Not sure how to get the rear-facing camera going. I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, I made mashed potatoes, a hamburger with Manwich. I can't have tomatoes, so Manwich doesn't bother me. That's the weird thing about it. Tomatoes rip my system apart, and Manwich I can eat. You know, it doesn't affect me, which is kind of weird. It has tomato paste. I looked at the ingredients in it tonight just to make sure. I'm going. So, yeah, I'll probably tell you about tomatoes another time. It's not fun for me. It tastes good. The tomatoes I grew last year tasted really good, but you know, I can't eat them. And I made peas in one batch. So let me try to figure out how to get the rear-facing camera, and I'll give you a show. Oh, I guess it was recording already. So that's hamburger with the peas. And don't mind the mess on the stove as we move over. And the mashed potatoes has margarine, sour cream, cream cheese, and pepper in that. That's all I put in there. And then another batch of Manwich without peas. I might put peas in that. These were sweet peas that were in the other pan. So yeah, that is breakfast / supper, I guess, because I haven't ate anything yet, and I don't know, that's what I'm having. So yeah, for some reason it started running, you know, recording, before I even touched the button. I don't know. So it's not the best quality on the Nexus 7. On this one, it's like 1.2 megapixels for a screen, but hey, it works out in a pinch when the other camera is, you know, charging. Because I wanted a full charge on it anyway, so hopefully that makes you hungry, makes you want to cook some. So that wasn't too bad. Just kind of weird looking up here than into the side screen of the other camera, but the hamburger came out pretty well. I'm not too sure what else I would put in there. I put in some chopped onion flakes, some garlic salt, and minced garlic. Minced garlic from a jar. So it was okay, you know. It might taste different tomorrow once the flavors set in, because it always tastes different. Anytime you cook something, the next day or the day after tastes different than the first day. It still needed something. I don't know. I think I'm going to start growing basil. I put that in some of the things I cook. I don't know. I've got the seeds, and I was thinking about growing it last year, but I'm not too sure how much I'd use it. If I make ribs, or if I, you know, make hamburger or something else with meat, I can put basil in it. I think a sandwich too, like a grilled cheese sandwich, you can put basil, I've read. So I'll have to try that. And Prescott Valley is just pulling over his speeder. He was doing about 90, and he was trying to catch up to him. I'm not too sure how the quality is on this. I see it's a little grainy, but you know, the other camera's charged, but I figured I'd use this, something different, and people can get an idea of what the front-facing camera looks like compared to the rear-facing. You know, it has better quality on the rear, but the front's fine. I did attend a YouNow hangout. I think it used to be Blog TV. Iandokie hung out, listening to him for a while. Messaged him. I'm going, hey, I know where you live. Or I think I said I'm in the same area. He goes, oh, are you stalking me? I'm going, no, not yet. And he lives somewhere close here because he's vlogged himself around the area close to where I live. I mean, just down the street over at the Walmart. He was vlogging himself a year ago, maybe. Out in front, I'm going, oh, I know where that is. You know. And then I've seen a couple others. He's been over here next to the fairgrounds, walking down the street. So that is close. I mean, that's 7 blocks away. He'll probably never watch this anyway, but it's funny watching somebody else in town vlog, and you get to see streets or landmarks like right in your backyard, almost. I mean, I think it's 7 blocks. I'd have to count it. You know, it's over near Fry's, where the fairgrounds is. So yeah, that was interesting to see. So that's so far of my day. I don't know. I haven't really been feeling well. I was up most of the night, some of the morning, and then this afternoon I was awake. And then I wanted to go back to sleep, but I laid down for a few hours, just laying here. That's the worst thing. I mean, if I slept for a few hours, that'd be fine. But you know, I wanted to sleep. You know, when you're up all night and you don't really want to be, you know, it drags you down. You know, oh, night after night. I mean, not just one night. I mean, night after night. You know, if you're up, and there's really not much going on at night. That's the thing. I mean, throughout the day, the new Phoenix approach frequency that we have now, I'm hearing a lot more traffic, and they had an Embry-Riddle student. Embry-Riddle is like a flight school, college flight school. It's a university too, but it's mostly flight school out there, I think. And they have other classes, but so he was talking to the new controller of Phoenix approach, and telling him, oh yeah, these numbers correlate to these type of planes. They have like 172s, and then the higher numbers were a diamond something. They were a different type of plane, but diamond switchback? No, I forget what he was saying of the type of plane, but they were better than the 172s. So he was saying what numbers. The higher numbers were the diamonds, and the lower numbers were the Cessnas. So now I know, and because he was asking for a sector of where he could get not a handoff, but like coordinates and the altitude. and they weren't. He said the controller was saying that they could give him a certain altitude in one direction, but not the other. He would have to go higher. Like, he was at 8,000, and he would have to go up to like 9,500 feet. So I was listening. I've heard more traffic there. I think it's because it's new, or they're handling local traffic more. I did hear one lady call in. She was going to the Big Sky Air Park, which I think is in Chino or Compelled, and said the frequency for that. So sure enough, she switched over to that frequency, and it was, said her intentions of landing. So I grabbed that, posted that to the frequency list I have, so others can enjoy it. A few of us have been talking about the new frequencies. There's a new clearance delivery frequency that Prescott has never had at the airport. Then there's a new UHF for the military when they come in on Phoenix approach. So we have quite a bit of military come up from the valley for lunch, or doing flybys or patterns. We have refuel tracks up this way too, where the military refuels in the air. Some night I'll record that. But yeah, there's quite a bit of info that's being passed over this new frequency that I really haven't heard of all the years I've been listening to Albuquerque low for the other controller. They take over at night. I forget what times, but it's like 5:15, which could be like 10:15 at night or something. They use a different timetable, or I guess timetable would be the correct definition of it. I think it's like Zulu time or something. So yeah, this new frequency. It was loud yesterday, and it was kind of quiet, not as loud. So they've got different sites, and I think they were on a different site today, because it was like half the volume here in the signal. So I could tell it was on a different site. It wasn't where it was yesterday, because it was loud yesterday. Today it wasn't. So that's been the fun part. I've had different emails come in of pilots telling me behind the scenes of what's going on and what he's heard, and a couple other people talk about the frequencies and what's been going on. Federal forest frequencies have changed or are going to change. There's 3 main tactical channels that they use when they're fighting a fire, and all 3 of those are being changed this year. So one of the guys in the group posted frequencies on that, and that'll be handy to have if they use it. And probably this year it'll be even worse than last year. As dry as it is, we got maybe a sprinkle a week ago at the most, and that's nothing. It probably dried up within 10 minutes or something. So if we don't get any rain or snow, if you thought the fires that we had last year, that's going to be nothing compared to this year. As many years as we have been listening, people in the group and myself, over 20 years I've been listening to forest fires down here. I'd be surprised if we didn't get least 1 or 2 heavy air tankers in at the base here at the airport earlier than what we usually do. It's going to be a bad season, and I was reading a day or two ago that they've got another 15 to 20 air tankers, but they're not going to be till next year because they have to be fitted with all the gear for the doors and stuff. So they're stuck with what they have this year. That's not going to be enough. You're going to see losses this year. I know there will be, of houses. Hopefully just houses, because it's all dry. Throughout the whole state, it's dry. I did see California get some rain up north, but people should open their eyes, and hopefully they have defensible space around their house, because they'll need it this year. At least they say 30 feet, but you should have at least 50 to 100 feet this year cleared out around your house, because it's going to be a bad spring and summer. It's going to start early, and people aren't aware of this. So hopefully you enjoyed the vlog today, and the Nexus 7. And thanks for watching.